Next questions, expand and factorise, or expand and simplify. So I'm starting with m multiplied by m would be m squared, and m multiplied by 3, 3m. 7 multiplied by m, 7m. 7 multiplied by 3, 21. Simplifying that will leave you with m squared plus 10m plus 21. Question 2. Factorise. So I'm looking at what's in common here. 3 is in common, that's the highest number that's in common to both, so 3 outside the brackets. 3 times 2 gives you 6. 3 multiplied by 3x would give you 9x. So enough mark there. 2b, factorise y squared minus 16. Now this is a quadratic, and what you can't see there is a 0y. So we want two numbers that multiply to make 16, or a negative 16, but add to make 0y. It's two brackets. Two numbers that multiply to minus 16, it could be minus 1 and 16, it could be minus 2 and 8, it could be minus 4 and 4, or any other combination, but minus 4 and 4 would add up to make 0y. So it's going to be y minus 4, y plus 4. This one's a little bit harder. It's got a 2 in front of the p. The first thing I'm going to do is 2 multiplied by 10, well minus 10. 2 multiplied by minus 10 is minus 20. I'm now going to find numbers that go into minus 20. You could have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. But remember, it's a minus 20, so one of these has got to be negative. 4 and a negative 5 would add to make a negative 1. So these are our numbers that we're after. Now I'm going to write this out again, but instead of writing minus p, I'm going to write 4p and minus 5p. 2p squared minus 4p, sorry, plus 4p, minus 5p, plus 4 minus 5, minus 10. I'm now going to factorise it. I'm going to factorise it bit by bit. The first bit I'm going to factorise is this bit. What's in common? They're both multiples of 2, they've both got p in, so 2p. 2p multiplied by a p would make it p squared, 2p multiplied by 2 would make 4p. I'm now going to use that bracket over here. Write it out again, p plus 2. And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, how can I factorise this to make it p as 2? What do I multiply p by to make minus 5p? Well, I'm going to have to do minus 5. And if I look at it, minus 5 times 2 makes minus 10. Perfect. This means my final answer is going to start with a p plus 2 in brackets, and in the next brackets I'm going to have 2p minus 5. And that's the answer to that one. 2 marks. Question 3. Solve using the quadratic equation 8x squared minus 30x minus 27 equals 0. So this question, I know I'm going to use the quadratic equation, so I'm going to write that down first. Minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This number here is a, this number here, my minus 30 is b, and this number here is c. So now what I'm going to work on is I'm going to write this out again. Minus, and in brackets minus 30, that was the b, plus minus the square root, minus 30 squared, that's the b, minus 4 lots of whatever a is, that's 8, lots of minus 27, all over 2 lots of 8. I've put brackets around everything I'm substituting in. Now the calculator knows how to work with brackets, so I'm just going to type all that in the calculator. Minus, fraction first, minus 30 plus square root minus 30 squared minus 4 lots of 8 lots of minus 27 all over 2 lots of 8. See that on the calculator? Looks like that. Equals 4.5. X equals 4.5. Now when I did that, you see here it says plus the square root. I need to change that now to a minus. All I do is scroll back until I get to here, change it to a minus, and press equals again. Minus 3/4. Or x equals minus 0.75. Question 4. Solve, use factorising. So the first thing we do is factorise it. Two numbers that multiply to make minus 4, minus 1 and 4, minus 2 and 2. But add to make 3. Well, minus 1 and 4 add to make 3. So I could have x minus 1, x plus 4, and that equals 0. Now this means that something multiplied by something equals 0. These are both different, but one of them must equal 0. It could be this one, x minus 1 equals 0, in which case x would equal 1. Add 1 to both sides. Or it could be this one, x plus 4 equals 0. Take away the 4 from both sides, x equals minus 4. So your answer is actually x equals 1 or x equals minus 4.